Hello, I'm here again. This is Tamra. I am a consultant with Usborne Books and More, and I have been doing a series of videos on the books that UBAM has to offer to enhance your homeschool experience or just help assist your kids through their school year this year. So this video is going to be geared towards the, geared towards middle school and high school students. Educational books to enhance, like I said, homeschool or middle school, high school experience. All right, first one, we have paperback, basically biographies in a chapter book style. These are $5.99, and they come in there's so many different, like on the back here we have Neil Armstrong, Stephen Hawking, Rosa Parks. They have a variety of important historical figures that you can read about. But when you jump into this, I mean, these are really kind of done. It's not just, you know, the words on the page. Your child can get some, you know, illustrations that breaks it down into the small chunks of information so that, you know, they don't get bored. You know, brings in, you know, quotes, and I just love the way they break this book up, because for some kids maybe they are like really interested in these things and they just dive right in, but some it's not so easy, and that's where I think you know, Usborne makes it easier for kids that maybe that doesn't come so naturally for them, but there are things that they might either have to learn for school, or maybe they want to learn but they just are struggling to find a good way to that they enjoy, that kind of brings this to life for them. And so this is recommended for ages 7 to 11. So, you know, you can start these in elementary school, but they are, I think, really great going into middle school. Those biographies on historical figures. Next, we have a STEM book. If your child is into, and again, you can start these, I mean, they give you the recommended, you know, age, but you can start these younger, even go older. It just depends on your kiddo. But if you have a kiddo that is really interested in drawing and design when it comes to architecture and buildings, this is a great interactive book to use either with a class that they might be taking, or if you're, you know, maybe trying to also teach like some geometry in how they might build and bring math into this. But this activity book gives them kind of the creative outlet for them to be able to express an interest in tiny homes. I love tiny homes. In these things. So I really like, and we actually have more. This is just happens to be one that I have here in my home, and it's the activity book, but we actually have a series of books that you can look through on architecture for your child if that's something they're interested in. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones to talk about. I love this book series. Okay. So this is a series of the 6 books. Yes, 6 books written by a child and family psychotherapist. These books are so great for kids that struggle with big feelings and emotions, especially in school when they're dealing with the dynamics of working with their peers and building relationships and friendships and socializing, but also dealing with authority figures if they might struggle with that, or they have things that happen to them, you know, in life that affect their education and affect their experience at school. So there are 6 of these. This is Be Brave, Hello Happy, Stay Strong, No Worries, Letting Go, and Be Positive. So let me just pull out one of them to show you kind of the what they look like inside. It's an activity book for young people who sometimes feel anxious or stressed. So how many of your kiddos go to school just feeling a lot of stress and anxiety, whether it be socially or just because they feel overwhelmed by the material that they're learning? And especially now with COVID and everything that's happening, I think this might be more so of an issue for kids on different levels. So you can do this book with them or allow them to do it themselves. If your child is in therapy, then I think that this is, I think your therapist would be thrilled to use it as a tool as well. But there's just a lot of great space for your child to draw and write their feelings. And each page gives you kind of detailed, not just instructions, but just talking about whatever complex kind of feeling or activity that they're going to be doing. So just, I love this series. I've said it in another video that I am just a huge advocate for emotional intelligence education. So this one says an activity book for young people who are experiencing bullying. Oh my gosh, I wrote my thesis on this, guys. The effects of emotional intelligence education on bullying behavior. And bullying is just, we experience it from the time we're little and even into adulthood. And helping young people to feel confident and empowered to know how to deal with those feelings and how to deal with bullies is just so important. It affects their lives in such a profound way. I want to say you can buy these individually. Don't quote me on that. You might have to buy the series, but I think you can buy them individually. So if you're just interested in like bullying or helping your kids with stress and anxiety, I think you can buy them individually. All right, so moving on out of emotional intelligence and into education by subject. So we have our 100 Things to Know About series. We have history. I happen to have the human body. Doesn't say it back there, but there's lots of other ones that they have in this series, and again, it's like by popular subjects that you would read about. So if you have a kiddo that either they can love history or maybe they don't love history so much, but these books really help again to break it down into the small chunks of information, easier for them to retain and absorb. And this goes through this is world history, so we go through many different aspects of history in this book, but it makes it a little bit more engaging and kind of entertaining for your child. And again, the small chunks of information have been proven to help them better absorb and retain the information. So these are, and I love the illustrations. Like I think these books are fun. I go through and read them and I find things in them or, either things that I had forgotten or things that maybe I didn't even know, and just to show you this is the human body, just a couple pages in this one and what they look like, and just so bright and colorful, and just the little facts and the way they break it down, it's just awesome. So whether you want to use that like as part of your curriculum if you're homeschooling or just an aid, it works great. All right, next, if you watched my previous videos, you saw we did, I showed it was Jane Austen, Dickens, and Shakespeare collections and how they broke down kind of those complex works of literature into more comprehensible retellings of the story. Well, on that same line of thinking, we have the Usborne Graphic Classics. classics, guys, okay? So how many people have heard, like, just to get your kids to read, like, let them read anything, right? And a lot of kids, boys and girls, gravitate towards graphic novels and comic books. Nothing wrong with that. They're awesome. I love comics. I've collected comics. I have comics from when I was a teen. And they just can be a lot more fun to read, a little bit easier, because they break those down into the little, those little smaller sections. So this one is Alice in Wonderland. And look at these are just so beautiful, and they very colorful. They're a flex binding. And they come in so many good stories. We have Dracula, we have Thor, we have Robin Hood, King Arthur. So there's just so many cool ones. I have Dracula and I have Alice in Wonderland, but I would love to collect all of the books in this series. So if you're having a kiddo that the middle school, high school, and you want them to read classics and really enjoy it, it's an awesome option. So, all right, another book series that is similar to the 100 Things to Know About is our Usborne Understanding series. I think I have everyone in this collection, but right now I have philosophy and politics and government. I don't know about you, but like economy, politics, government were not my favorite subjects. So once again, whether you are using this as part of your curriculum if you're homeschooling, or just to help your kiddos that might not be enjoying this subject in school, it just breaks this down into a way that your child not only will understand it, but maybe enjoy it. And I bought this whole series because that's how I felt. Like I didn't enjoy these subjects, and reading these books myself, I actually was able to kind of pick up some things and go, oh gosh, that's what they were trying to explain to me in school, and they're just really beautifully done, and I just love them. And again, that's why I collected this entire series, because they're subjects that I think probably a lot of kids, it's not their favorite. And so here we go. Yeah. So in this particular series, there's politics and government, business, money, economics, and climate crisis outside of the philosophy and the politics and government. So like business, that's it, teaching your kids practical skills, to take out into the world with them, and economics and money, like how to manage their money. And it's all done, they look just like this, and they're all done in this, like I said, smaller, broken down text. So it's just great. It's great. Okay, so I'm gonna put that one over there because I think that ended up in the wrong pile, if I'm being honest. The last thing I want to go over with this video for the middle school and high school is our encyclopedia collection. I don't have every single one in the collection, but I have several, okay? Look at this, guys. This is a hardbound Usborne Geography Encyclopedia with complete world atlas and internet links, okay? This is just awesome for your kids as they are trying to if they're trying to write papers and do research like they would, in a library. These are just kind of great references for you to have on hand in your own library. And once again, this can be part of your homeschool curriculum, or it could be just an aid that you have for your kiddos in your home. And the internet links here, so it shows you, you can see down here what the internet links look like. So they are able to kind of go on and look at that as well. And there's a lot of illustrations, but also real life pictures. And they just cover, this is an awkward book to try to hold, but they just cover so much information. And so along that line, I also have the science encyclopedia, and this one has the QR links, which make it even more convenient for, you know, kids have electronic devices, do they not? And so it makes it easy for them to scan and look up the certain things in here. So this one is science. Here we have motion. There's the QR link. You can see very easy, large to scan. And they have them on most pages, if not all pages. The inner planets, electronics. There's the QR link. And then also I have, this one is a flex binding, not hardback, flex binding. This one is World Religions. My husband and I have actually read through this book. This one has internet links as well. I took an anthropology of religion class when I was in college, and it reminded me of our like textbooks and the things that we covered. So they're all very written in kind of the same way, they do still break down the information in the smaller chunks of text for the most part, but it's definitely for the more kind of advanced student, and like I said, I think they're just nice references to have in your home. And last but not least, this is one on the World Wars. So this is World War I and World War II, and this one's hardbound, and I love the pictures in this book. They're very compelling, and there's maps, and again, this is great for using it as a teaching tool for your kiddo, or just an aid. But beautiful books full of just quality information for your kiddos. And so it helps to aid you as the teacher homeschooling, or it helps just to, you know, if you're frustrated with your kiddos coming home and saying, you know, I don't know what I'm learning, I'm frustrated with this, or I don't enjoy this. Usborne really has just a variety of books for you as the parent or guardian to help you make it so much easier on your child, and making it easier on you, because this is information you can understand, information that they can understand, and that you can work on together. So I hope all these videos were really helpful, and that you found something that you can add to your wish list to make this school year the best ever. Thank you, everyone.